Hello, my beautiful people, and today I want to talk about Nope. Nope being the 2022 Jordan Peele thriller released in July, starring Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer. I've really enjoyed this movie. It's one of my favorites of the year so far, and it's such a good film. So the film follows this brother and sister who train horses for movies, although they don't get enough attention because they're kind of in their father's shadow, who passed away at the beginning of the film. But their big break comes when it seems that a flying saucer is around the neighborhood. But it actually is a little bit more than just a flying saucer. Now, I love the works of Jordan Peele. Now, Key and Peele is a funny, great show. Like, it's really funny, but where he shines the best, his best works has got to be his horror films that he's directed, such as Get Out and Us. And naturally, as fans of those films, I was very excited when Nope was announced, and especially when the trailer was released and we actually got a good idea of what the film was going to be about. And it did not disappoint. This film was great. Like all Jordan Peele films, there's a greater meaning behind all of the seemingly simplistic horror stuff going on. Where the commentary in this film being people in the film industry, on how people behind the scenes get treated, people of color and children get treated in the film industry, and animals as well. And on who gets treated well and who gets famous in the film industry. Like, for instance, the main characters of the film are the great, I think there's another great grandchildren of the first ever person to be in a series of photographs to create moving pictures. A black man riding a horse. And they technically should be rich for that, be very successful for that, but they aren't. They're very struggling throughout this film. And they should be successful for having to train horses for movies with their father's legacy, but again, they're still struggling. And throughout the film, there's a theme on how the animals get treated in the film industry. At the beginning of the film, Daniel Kaluuya's character, who I believe his name is OJ, is on set of a film, and he's holding a horse, and the horse is just not having a good time. He sees his own reflection, and he goes crazy. The horse goes nuts. And even though Daniel Kaluuya insisted that everybody should stay away from the horse and not give him enough attention, the horse still went crazy, and Kaluuya was kicked off of the set of the film. Towards the middle of the film, we find out that another one of the main characters, who runs a amusement park, county fair, in the middle of the town, was actually a child star on a sitcom back in the 90s called Gordy's Home, which featured a chimpanzee as the main character. During the filming of one of the episodes, which was a birthday episode, one of the balloons popped and the chimp just went fucking nuts and ended up seriously injuring a lot of the cast and the crew and even killing a few people. Now, we see him definitely kill two of the actors. He really fucks up the face of the teenage girl star of the show, and he leaves the character that we meet in the present day timeline, whose name I just cannot remember, traumatized because he was a child. And he and basically the rest of Hollywood profited off of that trauma that happened to him at a very young age. He profits off of it with basically everything else that he does, and the media makes fun of the whole event, even though people were seriously hurt and were fucking killed by this monkey on set due to poor handling of the chimp. Like, Mad Magazine and Saturday Night Live, apparently in this universe, did in fact make fun of this whole event. And the scene towards the middle of the film where we do get to see Gordy going nuts on set, it is genuinely one of the most terrifying film scenes in the film. That, along with the scene where the UFO is dripping blood on the house, those two are probably the most terrifying scenes in the film for me. Mainly because with the Gordy scene, it was so slow and so intense. It was like, what is this monkey gonna do? Is he gonna hurt this kid? Like, who is he gonna attack next? Like, and then eventually, when the monkey gets shot, that's one of the few jump scares in this movie. I think it's probably the only jump scare in the movie, and it is so effective. Like, Jordan Peele is one of those directors who can actually use jump scares correctly. And the same kid in the future later tries to tame and control the UFO, but again, that just backfires completely, and the UFO ends up eating everybody whole. So yeah, the themes in this film are very well done. And I also love on how this film really is a love letter to the people who work behind the scenes in the film, to the film crew. And I know this sounds a little cliche, but in many ways, the crew is the real stars of the film, because without the crew, the movie doesn't get fucking made. Costumers, sound designers, cinematographers, effects artists, lighting guys, and yes, even animal trainers all play a major role in help to make a film a reality. We all give all the credit to a film with the actors, the directors, and sometimes the writers. But it's great to have this film be here to show massive respects to the people who work behind the camera, to the crew who helped make movie magic a reality. And it's fitting that our main characters, who are crew in film, survive throughout the end of the film, and the other characters who are actors, they get killed. Now, the acting is also very well done. I really love Keke Palmer's performance. She's gotta be my favorite character in the film. She just has a lot of energy in her, and she's where a lot of the comedy comes from. But all of the other actors are great. Daniel Kaluuya returning to Jordan Peele work after his amazing performance in Get Out. He is also spectacular in the role of OJ. And I also love how this film is kind of a mixture of genres. This film is definitely what I would consider a thriller science fiction film, with little elements of horror and comedy sprinkled throughout the film. Like, it's not 100% meant to be funny, but it's kind of hard not to see the very dark humor in a monkey in these stupid little outfits just covered in blood and killing a bunch of people. Like that is funny to me. I don't care what you say. And then you get some genuine humor from Keke Palmer. And a couple of our comic relief characters sprinkled throughout the film. I feel like of all of his horror movies, this is the film where Jordan Peele's comedy roots shine the most. So it's only a matter of time before he directs a flat-out horror comedy in the future. Because this is not what I would call a horror comedy. It's definitely a horror thriller science fiction film with just dashes of comedy to lighten the mood. But the tones really do match together. It knows when to tell a joke and to just stay serious and have it just be scary and suspenseful. So that's what I thought of Nope. What did you guys think of the film? Please let me know in the comments below. And if you liked this video, please be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified when future videos are uploaded. I'm going to be posting a lot more frequently come in July, and I will definitely be working on the season finale of Super Smash Bros. In the near future. And be sure to subscribe so we can get to 300 subscribers by the end of the year. And if we get to 300 subscribers by the end of the year, I will be working on a video where I review every single SpongeBob video game. So, if you want to see that, then please hit subscribe and ring the notification bell. But until then, I will see you later. Bye!